on your right is Brownstone Street. Many famous celebrities have lived on Brownstone Street, like Jim Carrey and Bruce Almighty, Mindy Kaling and the Mindy Project. And in one of my favorite movies, 1982's Annie, that's where Annie meets the dog Sandy. You know, Sandy's being chased by the dog napper and Annie saves him. I am a big fan of movie musicals, but if you are a big fan of Back to the Future, well, we're pulling into Courthouse Square, but you might know it better as Hill Valley. Yep, this is where we got the DeLorean up to 88 miles per hour. We are going to pull forward and take a short picture stop so you can get some photos and videos and a good look around.
Future. I had scenes up in the clock tower on that ledge. It was a ledge about that wide. And I was standing inside looking at the ledge, and I already had vertigo. I just thought there's no way in the world, no way I'm going to stand on that. That was a big
skyline, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skyline.
That's right, you don't need your 3D glasses like that. All we're doing is going into a dark tunnel. I will ask that you stay seated throughout the entire attraction with your arms, legs, belongings, and cell phones inside the tram. There are no more sharks. Absolutely no more sharks. Normally David's in the boat, right? Oh, there he is. He's in the water. Hey, David, can you check on that for us? David. Oh no, that does not look good, man. Get out of there. You, David. He had a lot of good. Oh, good. He's taking the video. Oh no, he's taking the entire pier with him. It's not good, guys. Not good with a flammable gas tank. I keep telling them, who's the gas tank? Interesting time starring in his own movie. They built him right here in LA and tested him out in pools of fresh water. But Steven Spielberg, even though he wasn't that well known, he hadn't really done a feature film yet, and he wasn't even the first choice to direct. Nobody thought ahead to test out Bruce's mechanics in salt water, and on the very first take, he sank to the bottom of the ocean.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you got 20 cartons.
Fantastic.
Do you think we're getting too old for this?
Oh, come on, Johnny, we're doing a public service here. If a kid leaves the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town. We're Samaritans.
And then Ted says something super obscene. So again, this is an R-rated show. It's not meant for children. He is definitely not the Charmin Bear. He is the Ted that you know and love from the movies with that Seth MacFarlane humor. But if you are a fan of all of that, then I highly, highly recommend Ted. We don't just work on TV shows and movies out here. We also do photo shoots, music videos, commercials, Smash Mouth. Hey, now you're an all-star. That took place on this street. Also, ABC's Desperate Housewives. This is Wisteria Lane. On your right, in the yellow and stone house, is where Terry Hatcher lived on ABC's Desperate Housewives. Next door to her is 1313 Mockingbird Lane, home of the Munsters. Next door to them is where Eva Longoria lived in Desperate Housewives, as well as Jimmy Stewart with his imaginary friend Harvey in the movie Harvey. Alright, now that you have seen what it looks like in real life, I'm going to show you how we use it on camera. Planning for it. Yes, our tour came out in 1964, so our trams have been made up to look like the original 1964 Glamour Tram. If you know anything about the history of our tour, back in 1964, you were able to get off of the tram and do a lot of experiencing of the sets with different actors and photo ops. So I don't want to ruin anything yet, but do your homework, find out what the studio tour 60th birthday version is about. It will be a separate version of the tour that we took today, so it will be unlike the tour we took today for a limited time only. We even built the iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign. While we're celebrating our 60th, the Hollywood sign has been commemorating its centennial year. I hear some people freaking out about the guy right over there. He's fine, he's harmless, that's Norman. Don't worry about him, he's fine. He is on house arrest, so he can't get very close to us. So just kick back, relax. No, he shouldn't be walking that far. He definitely should not be walking that far. He's meant to stay on his porch. Norman, back to the porch, Norman. You remind me of my ex-boyfriend, a total psycho. Also, if you've taken our tour before, why are we going behind War of the Worlds again? This is for our special adventure coming up for our 60th birthday. On your left, that is our great outdoors cabin. That again is like a real home with power and running water. I've been inside the cabin, it's beautiful. If they needed me to move in tonight, I definitely would. On your right, you'll see part of our War of the World sets. We are getting them cleaned up again to celebrate our 60th birthday. And we are about 10 minutes away from the end of our tour. So again, thanks for staying seated with everything inside the tram. It is important. Of course, if you have a medical emergency, pull the red cord. If it is safe for me to exit the tram, I can come back and help you out. We're going to visit our newest sets. It's Jupiter Claim from the movies.
A team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, I do. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. It's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the beautiful hot spot. What's a bad miracle? You're about to find out. Welcome to the world of no.
all the others set by a guy named Tristan Eaton. The entire thing is made out of spray paint, if you can believe that. It literally blew my mind. And again, this is meant for studio employees, not really for guests, but you're getting to see super behind the scenes. Also, another thing that you normally don't get to see on our tours is our underwater tank. It's on your right, that tank looking thing. Do you see the side doors, those windows with the handles, those hatchet doors? What we do is we fill the tank with water and put the actors inside. We open those doors and there's a pane of glass. We put the camera up to the pane of glass so that way the actors stay wet and the camera stays dry. And we can film all types of scenes in there. If you're a fan of NBC's Seinfeld, that's where Kramer took a dip in the East River and threw him for the swimming club. He was inside that water tank. I mentioned some of our newer sound stages by our Western sets where the voice has moved to. That's going to be on your left. We are currently into season 25 of The Voice, and 25 seasons of anything is pretty remarkable. This